1 year passed, I saw the Bitcoin went to 1,000 something, and I said, I have to go to this business. So I went and purchased graphic cards, built my first GPU, and the rest is history. In a sense, it's going to be very unique project, and it's the first time that it's getting deployed on this size. 90% of the big miners are using green energy. It's either hydro, solar, or any sort of renewable energy. So that argument to that extent that Bitcoin mining is boiling the oceans is completely out of the table. UAE is becoming one of the hubs of blockchain. A lot of people are coming here to do their projects. I told them, what is this? They said, we are earning money. I said, yes, but you need to work right now.
Bijan, thank you so much for taking the time to meet with us today and to talk to our audiences and tell us about your amazing plans, because I hear you've got some super exciting things coming up down the pipeline. Let's start. Phoenix Technologies. Give us some background and give us some information on that, please.
First of all, it's my pleasure to be here. Phoenix Technologies started Bitcoin mining in 2015, and we started from Dubai. And that's the funniest story, because we didn't realize in the beginning how much heat and dust is in the country. And since we are from Dubai, we said, let's do it here. Afterwards, we moved to Canada, Russia, US, and now we are very happy to come back to UAE to do the biggest mining site in the world, which is 650 megawatts. And the first phase, we purchased $650 million of equipment from Bitmain, and we are deploying it this year. So this project is a total of $2 billion project, which as a single site is the biggest in the world.
Wow, that's quite impressive. And so you talked about the first phase. Is there going to be more?
The expansion plans are in motion, but as of now, we are trying to, because coming to this weather ecosystem is an ambitious task. So we are trying to basically finish the first phase. We are using the latest technology by Bitmain, and as a distributor of Bitmain, we are working with Bitmain engineers together to develop this project together. So this is basically, it's going to be the next 6 months.
Okay, so we are in quite a harsh and challenging climate, right? I mean, I've been in Dubai for 13 years, and I leave Dubai every summer to go to Europe. So how are you managing the cooling? How are you managing the ventilation? What do you use for that? Anything in particular?
Yeah, so this is going to be a new system from Bitmain, which uses water cooling. So we use evaporative chillers to cool the containers, and we don't have any other structure around it. So we have tested this system at 60 degrees, and it works perfectly fine. It's much more efficient, because traditionally you had to use immersion cooling, which is costly, and it needs a lot of infrastructure and chilled water. Here we are using a normal temperature water, and we circulate it in evaporative chillers. In a sense, it's going to be a very unique project, and it's the first time that it's getting deployed on this size, and we are very happy to do this here. And basically this will put Middle East in the map as a dominant, the Middle East will have a dominant position in Bitcoin mining. Mm-hmm. The equipment that we ordered so far, based on today network hash rate, will be 7% of the total network hash rate in the world. And the idea behind this is we are trying to have 25% of the hash rate in the MENA region, because since what happened in China, if it does happen somewhere else, the network doesn't get damaged. So this came from Bitmain, that we are trying, as a distributor of Bitmain, we always try to push miners in MENA region to do something here, rather than to go to traditional places like Kazakhstan, Russia, US, or Canada.
So I've got so many follow-up questions. I don't know where to begin. So first of all, there's a lot of concern from a lot of people about the climate change and that the Bitcoin mining will boil the oceans because apparently, and I don't know that, and you didn't know that, I'm sure, we're consuming more electricity, or by certain year we will consume more electricity than the entire world, and how inefficient the whole system is. I'm not buying this narrative at all, but what is your view?
You have to look at it from data standpoint, right? Currently, the Bitcoin mining, it uses 0.5 to 1% energy of the world. And out of that, what we are looking at, 90% of the big miners are using green energy. It's either hydro, solar, or any sort of renewable energy. So that argument to that extent that Bitcoin mining is boiling the oceans is completely out of the table. I mean, you cannot control the news, but the news is not always right. If you look at the fact and figures, it doesn't support it. And as we go forward, every major player in Bitcoin mining, they are focusing on going after green energy. Nobody is going to traditional gas power plants because they know that along the way, this will be a problem. Even in our project in UAE, we are using green energy. It's sort of be a unique green energy, and it's completely green and no harm to the ecosystem.
So building such a large project in Middle East requires a lot of governmental support. And can you talk about that? What sort of support are you getting from the government? How did you get the government on board with this venture? Because I'm sure from the legal and regulatory point of view, that would have been quite a challenge.
Sure. So for years, the government of UAE is working and looking at blockchain and cryptocurrencies. UAE is becoming one of the hubs of blockchain. A lot of people are coming here to do their projects. So in regards to this project, the government gave us a lot of support, a lot of help, difference in tariff in electricity, because electricity usually is expensive, but we got a subsidy electricity rate to do this project. The idea is in future we want to sell this hash rate or give this hash rate back to the community, the people who are in Middle East. So the plan will be to build a blockchain city. This is just the first phase.
Wow, that's quite impressive. And I also hear that you're going to be using the resources that you accumulated through mining that you'll be using for your new venture, Cypher Capital.
Yes, so along the way we have created a company called Phoenix Venture Capital. We started with $10 million of capital pool of the company, and we invested in projects, blockchain projects. It was successful, so now we decided to go a step bigger. We create a separate company called Cypher Capital. It's going to be $100 million fund that is going to invest in blockchain project with the idea of supporting this project in a long-term basis. Apart from that, we are building a 10,000 square feet hub in Jumeirah Beach Residence, Dubai. This hub center will be for blockchain project. They can come, enjoy the space, do their projects, ask us if they need any help in licensing or legal matters. We can help them essentially to launch their project. And if they want investment, we can help them to get investment from us or all the other basically venture capital partners that we have in Middle East. The idea for this place is a place for the projects or people who have great ideas to come in and get a support from the people who have a knowledge and finance. They can financially get supported to launch their project, and essentially a lot of good advisors among these venture capitals.
That's amazing initiative because, starting a crypto startup, I think it's 10 times harder than starting a normal startup. And I tried both. I had a normal startup and a crypto startup. I didn't sleep for years, and then decided, it's too much. But yes, entrepreneurs in crypto industry, in crypto space, need as much help as they can possibly get. I mean, that's an amazing initiative. Thank you so much for this. And how's the ecosystem reacting to this news? Are you being inundated with requests for investments or not yet? Or it's early?
I mean, we are investing in projects for the past 4 years, but this ecosystem essentially will be something new for the community. It's under construction. It will be ready in the next 4 months. And to be honest, investment it's 50% of it, and 50% is giving back to the community, because we have to understand the only way to grow this business that we are in actively for the past 6-7 years is you have to give and educate the community. If you don't educate the community or retail clients, they start investing in a wrong project, and they burn their hand, and they are not going to come back.
Exactly.
So this is the initiative that we took, and I hope that we can expand this. The plan is expand this to Zug, to everywhere there, to Singapore, so we can have this crypto hub, essentially centers for the project to support them.
Tell me about Dubai becoming the MENA's or even the Middle Eastern crypto hub. What is happening? What has been happening? What do you see happening on the ground?
The regulations are changing very fast. What we have seen in DMCC issuing licenses that supports crypto trading or crypto custodies. And this is a start of a movement, because I'm not going to say that we are there. We are still halfway to fully incorporate this into ecosystem. But moving giants like Binance to come into the city and doing their headquarters here, it's a sign that the government is very proactive to go to this phase and to accept everybody that they come here and they run their companies from here. We don't have tax in UAE, which is a massive opportunity for blockchain projects, and in general, it's one of the most beautiful cities in the world. So it's a very good place to live and work. So I really think that in the next 2-3 years, Dubai will become a center place, center hub, and even we will surpass Miami for sure as the leading city, leading crypto hub in the world.
Well, you're very bullish on Dubai.
Very.
Are you bullish on Bitcoin?
Listen, I mean, we always say that we're gonna see, a huge amount, 250,000, 1 million. I'm a true believer. I'm mining Bitcoin from it was $250. And the funny part is I received these Bitcoins when I gave a property to someone. So he told me, I'm gonna give you Bitcoin, and I'm gonna do you a very big favor. So 1 year passed, I saw the Bitcoin went to 1,000 something, and I said, I have to go to this business. So I went and purchased graphic cards, built my first GPU, and the rest is history. But as somebody that seen from 257 to now, the sky's the limit. When you go to 2 halving after where we are right now, you're going to get 1.6 Bitcoin per block. So it's supply and demand. The supplies keep reducing, but the demand, if it's stay the same, not goes up, we will see a very big jump in the price. The other way that I can justify this is we have 300 million people that they are using crypto. They have crypto right now. And out of that 300 million, which is basically 3% of the world population, half of them, they just bought it and they don't even read about it. They just didn't want to miss out on the opportunity. Yeah. So imagine this number goes to 10%, 15%, what will happen? So if you ask me, the numbers that, like Cathy Woods yesterday, she said $1 million, honestly, it can happen. I can see it happen.
Absolutely, and I absolutely agree with you. In countries like UK, 80% of people have heard of Bitcoin, know what it is. but less than 3% of the world owns Bitcoin. So we have like quite a good chunk of people to onboard. And I'm very bullish on Bitcoin, of course, myself. But what I'm also really bullish on, if we look at the Middle East, if we exclude Israel, less than 15% of the Middle Eastern population is banked. Less than 15%. Some countries are completely excluded from the financial system. How is this even fair? I don't think it's not fair. It's not equitable. Bitcoin solves this problem, right?
Yeah, as long as we have to go one step at a time, right? The ecosystem will grow. I mean, a lot of people ask me, Bijan, Bitcoin is 36,000. We are worried. I said, do you know what was the Bitcoin price 2 years ago, same time? And they say, no. I said it was $6,000. So still we are 6x ahead. So you don't always look at the top side, look at the bottom side as well. I mean, Bitcoin if you want my really personal opinion, a lot of people are going to hate me as somebody that is doing this for a long time. I believe Bitcoin will be an asset class in people's balance sheet in future. So as you call your banker and say, okay, buy me this mutual fund, that mutual fund, you will tell him in 10 years time, buy me some gold, buy me some silver, and buy me some Bitcoin. Because Bitcoin, like gold, like silver, it's a safe haven asset, which is not related to financial system.
But why do you say people will hate you for this? Because this is happening already now. There are banks in Switzerland offering this for their private clients already.
Yeah, because we always have this in the community. We have this that it's Bitcoin, it's a means of payment or asset class. I don't really think Bitcoin is a means of payment. As a mean of payment, we have better solutions like USDT, USDC, a lot of stable coins, or even other coins. But as an asset class, Bitcoin will be the asset class that people want to have. And the other funny fact is, according to Forbes, we have around 25 million millionaires in the world. 25 million people that they have more than $1 million net worth. The total circulation of Bitcoin is 21 million. So if each one of them want to have more than one Bitcoin, it's not enough for everybody.
And even so much Bitcoin has been lost already. So
more than 10%. Yeah,
so there's not enough one Bitcoin to go around for a million years, cash millionaires for sure. So but I also think Bitcoin is different thing for different people. If you're a person living in a country which is completely excluded from world financial system, and in the Middle East we have a few countries like this, let's not name it, but they're here. So for them, it may be a means of payment because otherwise they're completely excluded. But for us, if we have credit cards, for us, it's an asset class. For us, it's a wealth store, right?
True.
I think it depends who you are, right?
Exactly.
And where you are in your life.
How you want to use it, basically.
How you want to use it. I use internet to call my mom who's in Australia right now. You use internet to look up the stock prices, right? It is there for everyone.
True. I mean, at the end of the day, as you said, it depends how you want to look at it, right? People have different opinion, and let's not forget that the whole idea about cryptocurrencies is by people for people. So you always have that opinion that you can say your opinion. So as you said, depending on your usage, you can say it's either asset class or a means of payment.
So with your investment activities, is there specific section or sector of the crypto community you're very bullish on? Is it DeFi, GameFi, NFT? What excites you? What projects at the moment you think are going to be the best performing projects?
I mean, as a Bitcoin miner, I mean, we were always exposed to DeFi, especially liquidity part. We were one of the first companies that invest heavily in Compound. We were liquidity providing for Compound. So DeFi for me always gonna be there. and a lot of still DeFi is too early. We can have a lot of different things into DeFi, but other areas like metaverse, like GameFi, it's the future. I mean,
I completely, 100% with you on this.
But again, we have to be very careful on the project that we invest in. I mean, it's having a great idea doesn't mean that it's going to get executed, but and advising other people to follow us to buy essentially that certain project. But GameFi, DeFi, Metaverse, I believe that we are at tip of the iceberg. We are still nowhere near where we should be. But as everything is related to Bitcoin, as Bitcoin goes a little bit down, other project will come down. But I mean, the future is gonna be there. I mean, we will have game to earn games, lots of them, more quality, and this will change the traditional way that people used to play games. The funniest story I tell you, so one day I walk in the office and I was asking for a coffee and I saw nobody's coming. I keep ringing the bells and calling our team, where is everybody? And I saw that people are playing Axie Infinity, everybody. And I told them, what is this? They said, we are earning money. I said, yes, but you need to work right now. So this is really interesting. I mean, the way it's going.
And there's so and you know, just looking at some of the earnings of those players like esports, e-gamers, sometimes I regret that I spent 10 years of my life studying law.
I mean, I yesterday an influencer starting doing NFTs and she sold $10 million worth of NFTs in 2 years. So yeah, a lot of people ask that question. So what I'm doing, so people are making this much money in 2 hours. But in general, the world is changing and people need to get adapt with it. A lot of people are saying, we missed the train, we missed the train. No, when something is going from 1 to 1,000, it doesn't matter where you get in. You're still going to make profit. You come at 100, it's good. You have 900 to go. You come at 300, you have 700 to go. So the only thing that I suggest to people that they invest smartly, but definitely this is something that it's the future. They have to come and participate in this.
Absolutely. And for those projects who are watching us now, they've got amazing team, amazing opportunity, amazing project. If they want to pitch the project, can we leave all the details of Cypher Capital?
Yeah, absolutely. Cypher Capital, we are ready to invest in any project as a seed investor that our team essentially will do the due diligence and they look at the content itself. But we are definitely interested in investing in the projects.
Fantastic. Well, you heard it from the man himself. Reach out to Cypher Capital and pitch your project for investments, and not only investments, but for the mentoring support, for the advisory, and also for to be part of your crypto center.
Exactly.
Thank you very much for spending your time. Thank you very much for coming over and talking to us. That was absolutely amazing. One of the best interviews I've had. Thank you so much.
It's my pleasure.
And all of you, will see you at the AIBC Summit in March.